Hola YouTubers, it's time for another video from Robot Underground. Just left Recoil. Got another case of the 1200.1s because I keep running out before I make a review. So they're good amps, okay? They do anywhere from 1100 to 1500 watts, which if you measure or listen, it's all going to be about the same anyway. So the really good thing about the amps is that is the price. So I'm not sure, I haven't looked on the Amazon store, but they should be available on the Recoil store, which should be back up, the Recoil page, recoilaudio.com, and then I'll put a link to it, the specific item. There's still some of the copy that's wrong, and I tried to correct it, but they're just like, we don't give a shit. So like one of the things is the fuse rating, I think says 80 amp, and I'm like, no, it says 120 amp. And who is it? The DIY audio guy is testing the 600.1, and he clamped it with Tony's whatever meter at like 700 watts RMS, and that one comes with 60 amps fuse, but you could probably put 80 amp in fuse in there and still be okay. So again, Recoil is really trying to make a dent in a lot of the product lines of people that they have supported, that, well, not Recoil, but Edge is, remember, Edge is the parent company, so that Edge is supported in the past. So some of those clients are like Metra, PAC, which is Pacific Audio Components, and also brands like SMD, which is Steve Mead and Tony DeMore. Also, did I say Metra? Yeah, I said Metra. So, but yeah, so there's a lot of brands out there that Edge has been building for. And then what has, oh, that's the other one, Nathan at Sonic Electronics. So what has basically happened in the past is people use the guys at Recoil for their brains and for their buying power, and then they go, we don't need you, fuck off. And so, and that's kind of rude when they could just continue the relationship. They're like, we don't need you, we can make an extra whatever penny or more. And so then they go direct, and they either flop or fly, and then they started importing direct. Well, that's kind of, and sometimes they screw Edge over on terms. So there was one vendor that screwed them over for like 40 grand. So, and that doesn't seem like a lot when you're doing $1 million or $2 million a year, but it's still 40 grand. It just kind of sucks. So, but that is actually commonplace in audio industry, and that's one of the reasons why I like to give pushback on brands that tout like their shit don't stink and that it's fucking magic. And even if it's engineered by Tony DeMore, Tony is not the best engineer out there, and he doesn't make the best products. So he may feel proud of his products, and he may feel proud of his, whatever accomplishments, and that's good. However, like, you got to understand that a lot of the stuff that's in audio is just straight up bullshit anyway. And so I encourage you. And now a lot of people's complaint about me, right? I'm going to address this here. A lot of people's complaint about me is they're like, oh, you always diss on people that are successful. Not true. Alex Hermosi, I do not diss on him, because everything he's given us is a treat, is a fucking gift. And he would, instead of selling you like some shitty book, he gives his book away for 99 cents because that's the cheapest that you can sell it for on Amazon. He would rather buy your company for 10 million because he thinks it's worth 100 million. See, that's where he wants to make his money, not on selling you a fucking $10, $20 book. Fuck that. So I like Alex and his approach. I'm also looking into the other one. I think it's Grant Cardone, and his use of debt is amazing and fascinating. And I really want to use debt in order to finance what I'm trying to do. So, because I got great ideas, and I think I can do it better than other people. And to me, it's not hard. I just need the money. So, and I don't want to come to you guys begging, because that's not a great way to do it. First of all, you guys got no money. Second of all, it makes me sound like a punk-ass bitch. And not that I mind being a punk-ass bitch and calling the cops on you. I don't care about that. So, but it's just, I think it's better to show some strength and some courage rather than just, being some dumb bitch with big tits asking for money. So, yes, my tits are big. It's not a big deal. anyways, so I talked with the guys at Recoil, and they were telling me about, I asked him about, I said, have you seen Tony's device, the LOC? And he's like, yeah, we're already sending it over to China to knock it off. So, and also to compare it to see how it compares to their devices. So, but what I'll do is I'll crack open some of their devices. I think the original video that Steve made where he was dogging on the LOCs, one was the Skosh, which I think was also made by Edge. The other one was, I confused two brands too, by the way. I confused Install Bay, which is the entry level for Metra, and Install Edge, which was the last accessories attempt by Rockford Corporation to get into the accessories business, because they see the kind of numbers that Edge is doing through Recoil, through Metra, and all that kind of stuff, and they offered them, they're like, hey, let's do the best of the best. Everything's like 3M branded, even though it's all pretty much the same. They're like, let's do 3M branded and all that stuff, and Rockford still stuck it right in the fucking ground and just buried it. So, and I know this because I got, I think it was 3.5 pallets, like 6 foot tall pallets of accessories. So from that buyout from High Desert Audio, Rockford Fosgate, there in Gilbert. So, and who was behind it? Edge. So Edge was behind all that stuff, and Edge is behind a lot of stuff. So when I go talk to these guys at Recoil, they know what the fuck they're talking about, and then all I do is parrot that bullshit. So I parrot that information to you guys and show you. I go, see, they're full of shit. This guy's full of shit. This guy's full of shit. So, but what I will do this week, I promise, is crack open the other Edge products like I was telling you about with Cache. I'll see if I have a Sorum Vega mobile version. I certainly don't have any diamond versions. Those are kind of rare. Plus they were like almost twice the price of the WaveTech / Cache versions. So, and then also there's a Recoil version that I want to open up and show you that it comes with the powered subwoofer, which right now is a really cool deal on the powered subwoofer. And I will be doing a review on those two, the 10-inch and the 12-inch powered truck-shaped subwoofers. They come with an amp built in. They're awesome. They're as good or better than anybody else's, but they're like half the price. In fact, right now, in order to get good reviews on Amazon, they're pricing them even cheaper than what I can get them for, which is, again, it's only going to be for the like 10 units or 20 units or whatever they have posted. But take advantage of that, and then if you can, not rebadge it or debadge it, and then resell it at a profit, because they're as good or better than Rockford Fosgate or JL Audio or any of those guys, and you guys can make some money. So again, I don't really like to deal with consumers because they have a small mindset. They just want what they want, and that's the end of it. I'd rather deal with resellers, people that have installed, know how to install, and don't need that kind of support, and know how to figure things out and solve problems. And they figured out that they can have any fucking killer system they want if you help enough other people. And so that's what I encourage you to do. That's the market that I'm going after, is people that want to help other people from home or whatever, out of a shop, whatever it is. And they're tired of getting reamed in the butthole by big corporations like JL Audio, Rockford Fosgate, where they're like, oh, you need to re-up for your $100,000 a year minimum purchase. So, but there are alternatives to keep your margins or even make better margins, but it requires you to be, number one, a good person, number two, a better salesman, and also be educated on what you're trying to sell. One of the biggest things that I found when I go to like a JL dealer or a Rockford dealer is they're stupid. And that's one of the reasons why Rockford has for years invested in its dealers to help them be better installers and more knowledgeable in the first place. So, because when you're more knowledgeable, you have a bigger library of how to solve problems. And it may not always be Rockford related, but that's where Rockford goes, okay, well, let's put our products in there as the savior and things like that. And so for somebody like me, that's where Recoil comes in, and they've been my savior on that part. So because everything they make is super affordable. Again, the guys there, the two Larrys, have been working in the industry for 30, 40 years now. And so I'm able to tap into their knowledge and their experience on who made what for what and who did what for what, and basically distill that and turn it into something profitable, not just for me. I'm not worried about me. I want to turn it profitable for something for you. So if you found this video, if you found my channel, you've got a leg up on like at least 80% of the market out there. So, and I want to give you cool secrets, cool shit that you can take to market with and do something original about. Because again, in your marketplace, in your neighborhood, all you got to do is what's not popular, right? And you got to, and not that you got to make it popular, but you just got to do it. So sometimes, and you just got to be cheaper than the other guy. So if the shop down the street wants to charge $1,000 for a blow-through, don't charge $1,000 for a blow-through. I mean, if you can get it, that's fine, but you're going to do better if you can say, well, look, I'll do it for $800, right? And it really just costs you an afternoon. And I want to build that and get you guys doing that kind of stuff. Anything they do at a shop, shy of fabrication, meaning like fiberglass work and all that kind of shit, you can do. It doesn't take that much skill level to perform that stuff. It just requires experience. And so I want you guys moving through those numbers the way that I did. So in the 90s, I did lots and lots of installs for free or for pizza, things like that. I didn't do it for money. And even now I'm at the point where I don't want to do it for money because it takes up too much of my time, and I can't charge and justify the payment. And I also don't want to get into that market where, I get some guys that go, no, I want you and I want to pay you. And I go, no, I still don't want your money because it's still not worth it to me. I still do better just with sales and things like that and not being attached to it. The other problem that you find, and anybody that's ever installed for a year or more knows that when you install that for somebody, it doesn't dummy-proof the system. And the dummies will find another way to get around it and destroy the system and then blame it on you. And that's another reason why I don't need that headache. I don't want that. So, and I've had the biggest problem is these guys that get a big chunk of money in their hand, whether it's a death in their family or a tax return or whatever it is. They get a big chunk of money and they're like, finally, I can get me stuff. And they get the big lifted truck and they want to do a blow through. And this was that guy Steve and Reggie that had their stuff stored with me. This is exactly what he said. He had a pair of Rockford T2 16s, no 13s, and he got those two, and then he got a Kicker 2400 Class D on each one, and the whole system ended up costing like 20 grand. It was ridiculous. And even when he showed up with the subs burnt, and I told him this is what I can do with them, whatever, it's good, I can repair them, he still did not want to take responsibility for the burnt woofers. He still felt like if you're going to pay 20 grand for a system, that you should be able to turn it up as loud as you want and it won't blow. And it doesn't work that way. So it's, like I can sell you the finest handgun in the world, but if you turn it on yourself and then you're like, I blew off half my face. Oh, you made this gun for me. Like, that's how stupid it is. So, but anyways, I got to get to the bank. I got to figure out a way to where else? Oh, I got to go to the other bank. Anyways,
and water.
And where? Oh, and water. Oh, I got to pick up some water. So, because I have yet to find a RO system that I like and that is easy to maintain, and I don't care about the ease of install, but if you guys got ideas on RO systems, please let me know. I would love to bring that product. I would love to import a good kit, or at least the parts for people to have good RO in their own homes, whether you're growing weed or vegetables or just don't want to get fucking salivary stones like I have from living in Gilbert and drinking well water. So anyways, I love you guys. I will talk to you more. Hopefully this inserted a bunch of questions for you guys, or better yet, just some comments to help get you better educated. And again, get in the system and the idea of thinking about other people. Don't just think about your own systems. Think about others. Think about how you can improve your community, because nobody else out there is improving their community. Steve and Tony are not looking for resellers. They're not looking to empower you. They're looking for you to consume. That's it. And so you can take a good product, like whether it's from Metra or Kicker, a little niche product. You're like, well, the Kicker ones are close to me. They're local to me. They're only $30, and they compare it to Tony's $140 device. Why not get the Kicker? Again, I'm not anti-brand. I'm not anti-success. I'm looking for value. I'm looking for cracks in the system that can be exploited. And I've done that and for years, and I've told you guys about this, like the product with the pyramid, PW655USX. Once those come back into stock, if they ever come back, I don't know if Pyramid will actually put those back into production. And if they don't, I want to bring them back into production or something like that, that is very affordable, but super high performance if you use it correctly. And then again, I want to put no badge on there so you guys can make it whatever brand you want. So, and then to me, that's the future. And it's you know, like let's say there's 1,000 dealers in the country. I want there to be 10,000 of you guys. You see what I mean? And then you start eating away at the shop's profit margins and their market because you're educating people as well. So, and that's really what I'm aiming for, is a big army of shade tree installers. So, but anyways, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.